Hi, I'm Tara with Tara's Found Treasures. I have 12 packages going out from this weekend, so I thought I would show you what sold, for how much, and on what platform. So let's get started. First up, we have an Ellie Smith Amberina glass kind of pedestal dish. I've had this a while. I bought this in a big glass buyout, and it sold on Facebook Marketplace, shipping for $16. Then we have this little crock, so it's going out shipping Facebook Marketplace for $20. And then we have a shirt going out. It's a men's Western wear shirt. I did list a few flaws on this, so I only listed it for $19, and it sold for full asking. But it was missing a few buttons, like a 90s men's Western wear shirt. I do well with these. I love Western wear. So over on Poshmark, we've got 3 items going out. I've got this vintage set of wood teak coasters, a set of 6, and it's got the display for that. So this sold after 20 days of listing for full asking of $22. I have a set of these. It's like a curtain rod type sconces. There's 2 of them. This sold after being relisted on Poshmark for 1 day. So it had been on a while, but my cross-lister app, Nifty, had relisted it, and it had been relisted for 1 day, and so they sold for full asking price of $20. This is, again, I like to pick up those old 80s and 90s type things. And this is just a house dress, moo-moo. Not really a caftan, it's more of a house dress type moo-moo situation. Great condition, and that sold, it was not even listed full 24 hours for full asking price of $26 over on Poshmark. Next up, we have Etsy. I just recently started listing to Etsy because I started using the cross-lister Nifty app. So I love that. So if you're not doing a cross-lister app, I highly recommend Nifty. Our first up would be this really cool vintage office tray. Just a brown plastic, and I think it was made in the USA. Yeah, made in the USA. It sold after being listed on Etsy for 23 days for a full asking price of $20. So there's a set of vintage coasters. They're just a silver plate, but they have a pretty little pattern on them. There's 4 of those. They sold after 17 days on Etsy for full asking of $15. I've got this Calvin Klein perfume. It sold on Etsy for $15 full asking price after 14 days. So this is my second one of this actual perfume selling on Etsy within the last 30 days. I bought a big perfume buyout, and that's from that lot. We have, again, another Western wear shirt. This one also had flaws. These shirts were used for work. These guys worked in them. They weren't all just dress shirts for men, So this one, the flaw here would be in the collar. It's got a tear, but that's easily repairable for somebody that wanted it. And a lot of times these guys, they like to see the worn, wear of these old Western shirts. So that one sold over on Etsy for full asking. I only asked $15 for it because of the damage. I normally probably would have gotten about $22, but for $15, and I think I've got about 50 cents in either one of those Western shirts, and it only was listed for 21 days. So that's nice. A little pearl snap. Love those type of shirts. And then over on eBay, we've got this glass octagon display box. It sold for $16. I took an offer on it because it is missing, you can see here, the bottom part of that 1 foot. So I think I had listed it at 19, and I took the offer at 16. So, it's not in the best condition, but these do sell well. And then we have this heavy guy here, this for an offer of $28, and it's Fostoria glass, heavy, very heavy actually, olive green, no chip. It's very pretty. And that sold for $28. Took an offer on that. That's everything that sold this weekend. 12 treasures finding new homes. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please follow along. Thanks. See you next time. Now to pack up the orders.